fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up and get the guy go. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday. Welcome to the morning spread right here on the Betting News Network. It is the opening day of the English Premier League as Arsenal takes on Coventry City this afternoon. We got a full weekend of EPL soccer as well as MLS and some other big European leagues as well. So we're here to give you guys the moves all weekend long. Nate Hornung here, joined by my good friend Betting the Pitch. We got Sook pressing the ones and twos in the basement for us today. Mr. BTP. Feels like Christmas, man. How you doing today?
Freaking ready, man. Just ready, you know. We had our little we got the World Cup to get us by some of those, dog days of summer.
Absolutely.
And it ended,
needed
then
that.
It was kind of like, then it was kind of like, all right, come on, let's go. We're ready.
Let's get the show on the road. Come on.
Let's get the show on the road. And now we're here. So gonna be a nice start to the season today.
Absolutely. La Liga actually already been in action. They've been having matches like all week long, haven't they? Just kind of standalone, like weekdays.
Yeah, the past couple of days, yep.
I like that. Given their own league, a little individuality, get all the eyeballs on their league. So love to see it. La Liga in action. EPL kicking off here in less than 4 hours. We got Arsenal and Coventry City kicking off at the Emirates Stadium here at 2 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Eastern. I've got picks out for that game at bettingnews.com. I'm sure Mr. BTP has some thoughts as well. We'll get into the EPL. We'll get into all sorts of MLS this weekend as well, both Saturday and Sunday matches in the MLS, along with, like I said, all kinds of big European leagues. There's just soccer all the time now, especially on the weekends, which is great, keeping us entertained, and we're ready for it. So, all right, looking forward. Prem is back, Beast. You know it. Of course, if you're interested in the other kind of football, not football, but the other kind of football, college football is back here in less than 2 weeks. Gosh, 10 days, 8 days from college football will be on our screens next Saturday. So be on the lookout for our new college football betting show, Study Hall. It is live on the Betting News YouTube, so go peep that episode as well. My good friend PJ and I talked all things futures. We got a buttload of college football futures for you guys, so go check that out at the Betting News YouTube Study Hall, new college football betting show here on the network. But we're back to the football, plenty of that to talk about as well. We will get into a little college football at the end of the show, continuing our Dubs and L's segment with a couple of, I believe I saw ACC teams over there. Yeah, a little Florida State, Georgia Tech action we'll get in towards the end of the show. But, Mr. BTP, let's just start with today. We got one EPL matchup for today, Arsenal and Coventry City. Everybody is licking their lips ready for this game, and I'm sure the Gunners are after a 3-0 routing of Man City in the Community Shield just last week. Now they get to face one of the newly promoted teams in the EPL, Coventry City, getting thrown directly into the fire, facing the Gunners at home today. How do you see this one going? Does Coventry City sniff a goal? Do they sniff a point? How do you feel this one going?
Yeah, this is going to be tough for Coventry City. I mean, not the most ideal spot for them to get their season started after being promoted. So having to go into the Emirates, face the defending champs, game one of the Prem, the place is going to be just electric. So it could get ugly. I feel like it. I was definitely like excited to see the Arsenal team against Man City, like that kind of Arsenal attacking, like finally, using the skills and the players that they have on that team. And like, that was the result, like a 3-0 whooping of Manchester City. Yeah. Do we get that today? Or like, are we right back to Arteta ball, where it's going to be, they're going to score early and then it's just going to be, 1-0, maybe 2-0, and then we'll move on to the next game. I don't think so. I feel like we might see something different from them today or this year, This feels like a team with the new signings and just what we saw in the Community Shield match. Like, they could really, do some damage this season and score some goals. So I'm really high on Solis that they brought in from Club Brugge. So he's just been a perfect fit for them on the wing. He's finally getting his flowers, obviously not getting too much attention being at Club Brugge, but now, with one of the biggest teams in football at Arsenal, I think a lot of eyes will be drawn to him, like him today. It's just, I think this is Arsenal's game. It's just, I think, a matter of, how much they want to score, really. I do think Coventry are a very good team. I think they'll do very well in the Prem this season, but this is just a very unfortunate first game for them, with probably, the trophy presentation and all that and whatever else is going to be going on today. So, Arsenal -2 was another spot that was really like sticking out to me because I feel like Arsenal winning by 2 is very comfortable. Worst case scenario, it's a draw or a push, on the bet. So 2 at plus money is always good. And then I want to see who starts a striker. Is it Kai Havertz? Is it I don't know what Arteta is going to do at striker here because Havertz has looked great, and Blake Fresh is one of the top strikers in the world. So I'd like to see him, second year with Arsenal, see how he does. I guess it depends who starts up top. I would like whoever is up top there really to get a goal today. And you have like the sub on play.
Yep.
That would be ideal. So, if Gyökeres starts, the Havertz going to come on for him and vice versa.
I don't like to shout out those recreational books as much as we could, but the sub on feature is phenomenal. We had that during the World Cup. Thankfully, it looks like they are bringing that back for most of the EPL matches. So be on the lookout if you're betting some player props, see if your book has that sub on feature. Cause that'll go a long ways, especially with a situation like that. When it's Gyökeres or Havertz, pick your poison. Either one's probably going to score depending on who starts. So I like that a lot. And Arsenal, they were plus 250 to win the Premier League last year. They were I believe the second betting favorite on the board. Now they're the favorite at plus 145. And, I'm kind of looking at that number like, really, that seems low, but Arsenal's the team to beat. They did not lose anybody. You lost Leandro Trossard, but he only started 21 games. He only contributed 6 goals, 6 assists. And like you said, they brought in, will you pronounce his name for me one more time?
Yeah,
Solus. Okay. Yeah. Brought in him, immediate impact. I think he fills in well. And again, the entire attack is incredibly stacked. And so is the back line. I don't need to tell you how good the back line is. So I'm right there with you. I think Arsenal could make this one a little ugly today. I did press that -2 button. So I do have Arsenal -2, found -102 for it. So a little less than even money. I think I was seeing plus money today for it. But I like Arsenal winning by 2. I'm also going back to All Reliable. You're going to hear me pitch this play all season long. All right. If Arsenal is at home, we're going to take Arsenal on the money line with an inflated under, whether it be 3.5 or 4.5, whatever gets us to about even money or plus money, plus 100 today for the Old Reliable same game parlay. Arsenal is just so dominant at home. This same game parlay hit in 12 of 19 matches last year at home in the EPL. That's over 63%. And again, likely getting plus money for this wager. So I'm going to go right back to it. I will probably be betting this every Arsenal home match this EPL season because, again, it worked out last year. So we're going to go right back to it. I think Arsenal wins in, very comfortable fashion. 2-0, I think, is what I wrote, which, would be a win and a push for my wagers, but 3-0 would be ideal for me. So I think Arsenal wins in a shutout. The shutout was priced at -118, which is why I pivoted towards the same game parlay and taking the spread because I didn't want to pay -118 juice for them to get a shutout. And as my dad actually alluded to texting this morning, he's a little worried Coventry gets a early cheap one and then makes every wager from then on a little bit harder, which I could see happening, but I'll back the Gunners first match of the season at home, trophy presentation, start off hot in front of your hometown fans and, beat up the new kid on the block, which Coventry City getting kind of the short end of the stick here as Hull City and Ipswich Town both get to start their EPL campaigns at home. Coventry City thrown into the fire on the road against the defending champions. So is what it is. But, like you said, I think Coventry City is going to be competitive this year in the EPL. Haji Wright, obviously one of their best goal scorers, should have a great season as well. But this is just a tough opening match.
Yeah, this is really tough for them, and obviously not having Haji Wright in this game is gonna,
Yeah,
hurt
right.
them. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, they're very good. I mean, they were very good in the championship last season. They have a
Mhm.
very good team. Like we said, this is just an unfortunate draw for them to start the season.
Playing with the big dogs now,
I
man.
know,
So
I know.
we'll see how it goes. But
Yeah,
Arsenal and Coventry City today, both of us heavily on Arsenal, whether it's the -2, whether it's on the money line with an inflated number. I think Arsenal is the way to go in this match. So that one kicking off here in less than 4 hours, folks. We will have the EPL back on our
awesome.
screens today.
That's
Looking
so
forward
awesome.
to it.
Yeah,
Shags
and we
almost
got and
pulled
we
out
got
for
League
Eagle.
Un. We got League
Yeah.
Un kicking off today too,
Oh,
and
is that start today?
yeah, we got League Un kicking off today at 2:45 Eastern time.
Okay. Marseille and Strasbourg. You got anything in that one?
Nothing right now. Gonna wait on lineups, but should be a good
Mhm.
one. I always am a fan of Marseille, but after losing Greenwood, I don't know how that will affect their attack.
Right.
I think that's going to be a big loss for them. Excited to see Reyna on
Mhm.
Strauss because he just signed with them. He had a great first game with them, friendly match, playing 45 minutes. Actually, ended up getting an assist. So, yeah, I think this game could be entertaining.
Mhm.
Lineup depending, but both teams have some quality on the pitch, so could be an entertaining. Actually, I want to check real quick what the total was at for this one because it was moving.
Seeing, I think 3.5 still, but
is it still at three and a half?
it's plus 135 for the over 3.5 is what I'm
Yeah.
seeing.
So the over three is something I'm
Okay.
considering.
Yeah.
Around minus 120 right now. I think we could see 2-1 either way,
Mhm.
or we could see like a 2-2, 3-1 type game here. But yeah, this one should be good. The La Liga match should be a really good one
Mhm.
as well. Two very good teams. So I think we got three really good games today.
Hell yeah. And then in that La Liga game, we got who do we got? We got Betis and Sociedad going head to head. Any picks in that one or just looking forward to watching it?
Yeah, I'd liken both teams to score as like a parlay piece.
Okay.
It's just a tad too juicy for me to play straight right now. I think it was at hovering around like minus 150.
Okay.
So just a little too juicy for me. If you wanted to add the over 2.5, don't hate that at all. I think there's some good value on the to score assist props in this one.
Okay.
You have Anthony at plus money to score assists. You got Cucho at plus money to score assists. If Isco starts for
Mm.
Real Betis, you have him at plus money to score. So, I don't know if Orzabal is going to be playing for Sociedad. So, we'll see. There's a lot of good player props here to be had.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think this will be another entertaining match as well.
I love it, man. I love that we're extending the soccer coverage here at Betting News because I've kind of been on an island for a while and just tunnel visioned on the EPL, UCL, and MLS because that's kind of all I could handle with everything else going on. But BTP on the team now, he's going to get you guys right for La Liga, Ligue 1, everything else in the European soccer. So I love it, man. All right, so yeah, La Liga today, Ligue 1, EPL, all kinds of action on the pitch today. Looking forward to it. All of those matches going off right about the same time, 2 o'clock Central for the EPL and La Liga, and then 1:45 Central for that Ligue 1 game. So afternoon action on the pitch all day long, including even some Liga MX tonight as well. Not sure if you're looking at that. But 4 Liga MX matches as well, if that intrigues you as well. Anything in the Mexican League that you're looking at?
Yeah, I'm looking at the Leon Monterrey match. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just going to keep hammering this Monterrey team. They just are loaded,
Yep.
and they are so fun to watch. Obviously, with Hugo
Yep.
Rossi, the MLS boys going over to Mexico and just
Mm-hmm.
tearing it up, and they've been playing great together. And this Leon team is sneaky good.
Mm-hmm.
So this could definitely be a game that is back and forth because this Monterrey side can be leaky at the back. So we've seen them struggle at times to defend teams that are pressing them. And this Lyon team is very skilled, and they will press them at home here. So that's the game I have pinned for tonight.
Let's go. Love it. Some Liga MX action as well, man. We got it all. We got it all
We're
on
back,
this
baby.
fine Friday. Yeah. And we are back going into the weekend as well, taking a look at the Saturday slate. We've got 5 EPL matches. We got 3 La Liga contests, a full slate of MLS, some Liga MX, some German Cup, if that interests you, Serie A, Ligue 1, the German Super Cup as well between Dortmund and Munich going on Saturday. So a whole bunch of soccer action. Let's start with the EPL. 5 matches in this slate. I've actually picked out a couple that I'm targeting, starting with that 6:30 Central matchup between Hull City and Manchester United. Hull City, one of the newcomers in this league, but they do get to start off at home. Unfortunately, I don't think that really helps them in this situation. Now, I'm not a Manchester United stan, we could call it. I'm not high on this team. I never really am. I think, there's just better teams in this EPL besides them, but I do like them to go on the road and get this win today. I have paired Man United on the money line with the under 3.5 at plus 115. Just thinking this Manchester United team with some new pieces in the attack, you're getting Marcus Rashford back in the lineup, along with, they're stacked in the midfield with Yuri Tielemans as well coming over. The back line solid. The attack is good. They just need to put all the pieces together on the pitch and get it working. I think they do that today tomorrow rather, against a weaker opponent, Hull City. Even on the road, I think Man U can go in and get that win. Maybe Hull City makes it competitive. I do think they lean more on the defensive side of things, facing Man U coming to town in this opening match, but Man U should flex their muscle and get the win. So Man U and the under 3.5 for me at plus 115 is what I'm liking in Hull City and Manchester United.
Yeah, I think this United team is going to be interesting this year. Again, another tough matchup for Hull. I think a lot of people have this Hull City team being relegated, like bottom of the table, the worst team in the league, being relegated. So this will be a game where I think United need to flex their muscles here. I know it's on the road, but they should win this game comfortably. 2 goals feels like the minimum for them here. But, we've seen United struggle at times, play down to their level, their opponents' levels, things like that. So interested to see how they start this season. But yeah, excited to see Bruno G back. They have some great quality on that team, but this is a game that they should definitely control and not let not overlook this whole team that everyone kind of already has being relegated and going back down.
Exactly. You made a great point of Man U regularly plays down to their opponent's level, which is why I don't like backing them. And, right hand up, this might be the only time you see me backing this Manchester United team all season long. Because again, I don't like being on this side of things, but against Hull City, I think you've got to come fired up in this opening EPL match and get 3 points here on the road against a much weaker side. So I'm with you. I think Man United get the job done here. Now, I did not find anything in the 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock matches. We've got Everton, Crystal Palace. We've got Ipswich Town and Sunderland, and then Nottingham Forest and Leeds United. Anything jumping out to you in any of those 3 matches?
Yeah, so I am going to fade Sunderland this year.
No, don't say that.
Yeah, last year for me they were just so lucky. They overperformed in everything. They overperformed in XG. They overperformed in XG conceded. They were bottom of the table in XG. And somehow, some way, I still don't know how this happened, but somehow, some way, they ended up, top half of the table, finishing 7th in the league. I'm replaying all the games in my mind where it was somehow they just pulled out a late winner, even though they were being dominated the whole game. If you looked at the stats, it was like 70-30 possession. They were, outbeat 1.7 to 0.3 XG, but somehow would win the game. So I'm fading them this year. I think that luck is going to run out. Obviously Robbery was great in the World Cup and he'll be a great striker for them, but I don't know. I like this Ipswich team at home. The draw no bet line was plus money at even, so plus 100. I don't hate that play. And then going to the Forest and Leeds game, I'm high on Leeds this season. I think they had some great summer signings. Really excited to see DCL, and then obviously bringing in Harry Wilson, who was a great winger. And then say what you want about the American, but Brendan Aronson has been great to start the year. I mean, in 3 games that he started for Leeds for the friendlies, goal and assist against Liverpool, a goal against Manchester United, and then an assist against Augsburg. So he's been great. Looks like he's in form. So, maybe he has a great season this year. Just really like what Leeds did. Forest didn't do much in the summer signings. They didn't bring in enough for me to think that they were going to improve from where they finished last year. So feels like they could be battling, at that bottom half of the table all season long. But I did like both teams to score in this game. Feels like a good play. And those were the 2 that I liked for the 10 o'clock ones. Nothing for Everton and Palace for me there.
Yeah, I'm with you. I want nothing to do with that Everton Palace game. Maybe if Palace were at home, maybe I'm leaning towards them, but staying away from that one. You hurt me with the Sunderland comments, man, because the Black Cats are kind of, a little. I'm maybe a closet Black Cats fan, I guess. I liked betting them last year. I liked backing them. I think getting Granit Xhaka last year really added like a veteran presence in that locker room, which this team needed playing in the EPL for the first time in a few years. And yeah, they finished in the top half of the table. So do I think they're going to be up there this year? Not necessarily, but against Ipswich Town, maybe they can get the win. But staying off of that one, and then I like what you're saying with Leeds. I'm a big Brendan Aronson guy. I mean, even when he left the Philly Union to go over to Europe, I was all in on that guy, thinking he's going to be a stud for the U.S. men's national team, and hasn't necessarily lived up to the hype in international football. But as you kind of said, he's been tearing it up for Leeds. So I like that as well. Leading us to the final standalone match on Saturday, we've got Brentford and Tottenham going head to head in the home of the Bees, G-Tech Community Stadium. This one I had to plug my nose and place a bet on this game. But what are your thoughts on Brentford and the Spurs? Are the Spurs going to be battling relegation again?
I want to say no. I want to say no. I want to believe in the Spurs this year. Another team. You don't know what you're going to get from them. Plenty of skill on that team. I'm a big Brentford guy, though. I love betting on the Bees. Always a fun time betting on them. But I think they might struggle this year. But their home games were always very entertaining, very high scoring. So I think that's something that we could get today. I just feel like the Spurs are missing some pieces. Like, is Richarlison really the striker that you want to go into the season with? Obviously they brought in Tonali, which was a great little signing for the midfield. And I think he'll be great for them. I just feel like they're missing that final piece in attack to create chances or finish those chances in the final third. Solanke is injured. I don't know how long he'll be out. And like I said, I mean, you're relying on Richarlison to really be your number 9 here. I just don't know if that's going to fare well for them.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I will say I was encouraged by the defensive moves they brought in. You brought in Andy Robertson to come back and play that left back position. You got John Paul Van Hecke coming over, who had a great World Cup, pairing him up with Mickey Van de Ven and Petro Porro in that back line. So I think defensively Tottenham's going to be okay. You expressed all my concerns, though, with the attack. Is Richarlison the guy? I'm not necessarily convinced, but have some faith in their defense. I think they can pull it off against this Brentford team, especially a team that they've had their number. They played to a scoreless draw back in January, but the past 4 head-to-head matches prior to that, Tottenham won all 4 of those outright, including a couple of 2-0 shutouts along the way. So I like Tottenham to get this win. I'm not going to back them on the money line, but the draw no bet line was plus money for me. So Tottenham on the pick'em line at plus 113 is what I'm rolling with. On the road, little iffy. Might be the only time I'm back in Tottenham this year, but again, you got to have something positive after last season, right? You got to bring some sort of motivation even on the road here and try and get a positive result. So I like Tottenham to get this win, but on the draw no bet line at plus money, that's a good for me. So I'll be a Spurs fan on Saturday, but maybe not the rest of the season.
You're a braver man than I am.
Yeah. Like I said, man, I was looking at that game and just press the button.
Yeah.
We'll just worry about that one later. So maybe I should already count it as a loss. Maybe I'll mark it as a loss already.
Spurs are still dealing with a ton of injuries too, which sucks. To start the season, missing some key guys. But yeah, I mean, they really should. It'll be a tough road game to start the year, and
exactly.
It's the first game of the year, so a lot of these games, obviously be cautious. Take everything with like a grain of salt right now because it's week one, match day. Match day one. So, we'll see. I'm excited. I think this game. I think I have this one projected at 2-2. If I'm being honest, so it feels like this is a game that I could definitely see Spurs winning like 2-1. But I think I have this one as 2-2 because I just really didn't feel strongly about either side. But draw no bet feels like a safe play there.
Yeah, hey, if I get out of here with a push, I'm probably going to count that as a win. That's for sure. So, but you also brought up a great point, people. This is week one of the EPL season. There are 38 matches along with in-season tournaments and European tournaments and all that stuff. You do not want to dig yourself a hole this opening week being overly aggressive. Be cautious. There's a long season. There's a lot of FOMO in this gambling game, but you're just going to have to live with it. There are going to be other spots to get your coin back. You do not want to dig yourself out of a 15-unit hole. Week one of the season. Speaking from experience, please don't put yourself in that position. All right, well, that's some Saturday EPL. We've got Saturday La Liga with your team in action. Real Madrid on the road against Espanyol. Do you think your boys can get the win on the road to open up the season? Or I guess, is this their second match of the season?
No, this is
their first. Okay. Yeah. All right.
What are your
thoughts here? Unbiased.
God, I hope so. I'm definitely excited for the season. I always try and be as non-biased as I can when doing, my plays or the shows and things like that. I probably won't play anything in this first game.
Okay.
Just going to kind of get a feel for everything. Espanyol is definitely one of those teams that can really frustrate a side. They can play that low block. They can really just, like I said, frustrate the team, make it very difficult for them to break down. So tough road game for Madrid to open up. They have had success in Espanyol, so hoping that continues. Hopefully Mbappe's form continues from the World Cup. Excited to see Diamande and Vinny on the wings. And then obviously, what kind of formation is Moreno going to run here? I think Jude needs to be at the 10 here. I think he needs to be playing the position that he played for England. We saw how well that worked out. So getting Jude up the field and in attacking positions is going to be a must. Obviously bringing in Silva, Cucurella, just a lot of new faces that I'm excited to see in the Madrid kit tomorrow.
Absolutely. What do you think of Dumfries? Because I know that was a huge signing as well, and I kind of thought he would be a shoo-in to be that starting right back, but maybe not the case. Maybe he is going to have to earn that starting spot or come off the bench. What are your thoughts on him?
I agree. I'm high on Dumfries.
I thought getting him and Cucurella on the wings. I mean, that's getting Dumfries and Cucurella. That'd be absurd.
I know, but then
running those sidelines.
I mean, you got TAA. He's no slouch. I know people sleep on his defensive game because he's not the best defensive, right back, but his playmaking ability and, ability to get up the pitch is class. So, him on that side, Cucurella on the other side is very dangerous in my opinion as well. So I don't know. I mean, maybe it's kind of like a mix and match depending on the team that they're playing or the, the formation or style they want to play against that team. Maybe Moreno just kind of changes things up. I'm not sure. I mean, it very deep this year, which is always great. Right. Madrid have some very good depth this season. Hopefully injuries are limited and that continues. And then Moreno's just got to, press the right buttons every game.
That's a good point that maybe he does switch it up based off of the team that they're playing and tactically. That would make a lot of sense. And I mean, could you see them moving to like a 3 or 5 in the back formation with Cucurella and Dumfries, playing more wing backs with more freedom to get up and down the pitch? Or is that just taking away from all the attack you have up top? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I guess just basing on like the players that Madrid have and what Mourinho did for Benfica last year, pretty
Hmm.
much running the 4-2-3-1 for
Right.
Benfica. I think that fits Madrid very well. You
Yeah.
know,
Hmm.
the four at the back, and then you have Valverde and whoever else you want to put in the midfield, whether it's Silva or
Hmm.
Goulet or whoever. And then you have Mbappe up top, Vinny and Diamande on the wings, and Jude playing the 10. I mean, that's just
That's
sign
perfect.
me up every
Exactly.
game for that.
Right. 100%. I mean, I love that 4-2-3-1 position. I think that's the best formation in soccer because you have the ability to shift into a 4-3-3 if you need more attacks. So
Right.
I'm right there with you. I think
And there's
that
just so, I mean, just so many options. I mean, you got Valverde, you got Bellingham, you got Camavinga, Chouameni, Goulet, Silva, all in the midfield. I mean, it's
mhm.
like mix and match, pick your poison, and see what works.
Is that going to be the kiss of death though? Because we saw that with
Right.
France. They had all those options. You only get 11 guys on the pitch.
I will say though, I am a tad upset that we did not get Rodri because I feel
Mm.
like that would have been it. Like that would have been all they needed to just put Rodri and Valverde in the midfield, and then
And then Jude gets up top. Hmm.
you have that guy in the midfield controlling the game like we had when we had Modric and Cruz and
Hmm.
everything like that. So I think that it sucks. I mean, it definitely sucks, and it sucks even more that he went to Barcelona, which makes it
Right.
even worse. But he would have been just that lock in the midfield that I
Hmm.
think Madrid have been missing since Cruz left.
Definitely. So looking forward to it. Then Real Madrid should be competing for the top of La Liga, getting their season started tomorrow on the road. KP, yes, we got some WNBA tonight. The Lynx and the Mystics going head to head. Come on back for all sauce team later this evening. The boys will give you the moves all over the W tonight. Happy birthday, Stifler. Is it Stifler's birthday?
Stifler's birthday?
Stifler's birthday. That's confirmed from our guy Sook down below. Stifler, happy birthday, man. Welcome
Happy
to the
birthday,
show.
brother.
Appreciate you being here. All the negative comments are worth it, Stifler. We appreciate you being here, man. Wouldn't be the BNN without Stifler. Happy birthday, Jeff. All right, Mr. BTP, we got a few more La Liga matches on Saturday. Athletic Club taking on Sevilla, and then Valencia and Celta Vigo. Anything sticking out to you in either of those matches?
Um,
And I know
Not
it's tough.
really.
We're doing this without lineups. We're doing this,
I
a day in
know.
advance. So
Um, Not really. Did you have any thoughts on it? I can kind of piggyback maybe if you have anything.
oh, I got nothing. I got nothing, man. I'm telling you guys right now, I'm going to be tunnel visioned, EPL, UCL, MLS. If you want the other big leagues, turn to this guy right here. He'll help
Yeah,
you
it's
out.
going to be tough to, like I said, once we get going and we have more data and we can see how these
Definitely.
teams are playing, how they're lining up, things like that, definitely be able to talk more in these games. Valencia and who are they playing? Celta Vigo.
Celta Vigo.
Um, doesn't it feels like maybe like a both teams to score kind of play there. And then Sevilla, mm, just like looking at projected lineups and just kind of figuring out
Mm-hmm.
like there's definitely good player prop potential in these games. Looking at
Okay.
the lineups, then looking at like the lines here. I mean, obviously you got Williams playing. Let's see, is he going to be playing? He should be starting with. Yeah, so I wonder if both Williams brothers will be playing on the wings together, which is always, they're always
Really?
fun. Nico Williams
Okay.
is always a good to score assist prop. And then on the other side, you got Oso for Sevilla, who's been a really good player, 23-year
Mm-hmm.
old, had a really good season, showed some life. I like him a lot. So keep an eye on him this season for Sevilla. Um, yeah, I didn't really like anything when I was looking at the lineups here. Like I said, I don't even know if I'm going to have a La Liga play tomorrow.
Right.
I'll definitely just be focusing on the Madrid for sure. But yeah, I was leaning kind of and looking at Valencia and Celta, both teams to score.
Okay.
Let me see what that line's at right now because it was okay. Yeah, minus 110 now. So I like that a
Oh,
lot.
Okay.
So that seems very playable there. Doesn't have, let's see, what was the total on this one as well? The over 2.5 was at plus money. So the books are definitely expecting a low scoring game. So, I mean, both teams to score at minus 110, very playable for me there. I like that spot. I don't really have a feel in the Sevilla game.
Okay. Well, I gotta ask you about the Turkish Super League contest today. Galatasaray facing a team who I'm not even gonna try and pronounce. But Jeff likes their team total over 2.5 at plus 155. Any thoughts on this Turkish team today?
Let's take a look, Jeff. Let's take a look for you, Stifler here.
Just
Team
because it's your
total
birthday,
over
Stifler.
2.5 on the road. Let's see.
I'm only seeing they have not been netting very many goals recently, but that's all friendlies. So
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you wanted to play it, you could. Don't hate it.
okay,
I don't hate it, Jeff. I mean, they should dominate this game. I'm not
fair.
too
Yes.
familiar with the home side, obviously being newly promoted this season. So I didn't follow them too much in the lower league last year. But we know what Galatasaray is capable of with Osimhen and
Right.
everything up top. So could they score 3 goals? They haven't been great at just looking at like their past games. Like they haven't really been in great form. I mean, they drew 2-2 at home in the first game of the season, even though they absolutely dominated. And then the friendly games, they lost against Villarreal, tied against Rennes, lost against Venezia, lost against Monza. So don't look like they're coming into this game with a lot of confidence or any sort of form, but maybe if they concede kind of 2 goals and they have to score 3 to win the game type scenario here.
Could be. I'm seeing they barely squeaked out a draw in that opening win. They were down 2-1 in the 61st minute. Their opponent got a red card, and 20 minutes later, they found an equalizer to earn a point at home with a man advantage. So, yeah, that doesn't give me enough confidence to place that, Jeff. But trust that big brain.
If they were at home, I would say 3 goals is definitely doable. Fair. On the road, it'll be a little tough, but I mean, what was it? Plus 155.
Plus 155, right? Yeah. Absolutely. All right. Well, there's some Turkish league
in that game. Worth a shot.
Exactly. Jeff's always looking for some action, no doubt about it. All right. Heading to or staying on Saturday's slate. Any other matchups on Saturday in the Serie A, the Ligue 1? I know you mentioned Lens in that group chat. Any thoughts on any other European games on Saturday?
Yeah, I like Lens. I'll be high on them this season at home. Okay. Like them in this matchup at home. The first couple of weeks, I like to get a good feel for these teams. You know, I don't want to go crazy.
I'm right there with you.
You know what I mean? It's like I want to see the lineups. I want to see formations. I want to see what these managers are doing. There's a ton of players that have been moving around. We see it all the time with the transfer window, new faces and new places. I'm intrigued by the Super Cup. I will say that for the Germany Super Cup final with Dortmund and Bayern, always a good matchup when those two are facing off. I don't even have to look at the total. I'm sure it's at like 4. But yeah, it's, that is a game that, I'll take a look at once lineups come out, see what the player props look like. I would expect both teams to put out strong lineups here, being a final, starting the season with a possible trophy, and then getting ready for, the kickoff of the Bundesliga.
Sook, damn, you can bet on the Canadian Premier League. Sook, you can probably bet on the 2nd division of Canadian soccer if you want to, maybe even the 3rd division. There are plenty of soccer leagues out there, and you can find lines on just about any of them. So, what is that sentence? The Calgary Calvary versus Atletico Ottawa. If you're in the mood for some Canadian Premier League, you can bet that. Oh, I love it. All right, well, BTP, we have a massive MLS slate on Saturday as well. And I'm going to be honest, I really haven't peeped yet. I will be doing just some live labbing with you right now, looking at the MLS slate. But anything jumping off the page to you in Major League Soccer for tomorrow?
Obviously, you got Cincy at home. Their games haven't been as crazy as we've seen. They've kind of slowed down the tempo a little bit, but getting Cincy at home always piques your interest. Miami at home always piques your interest. Orlando, that Orlando RSL game is really sticking out to me. RSL has just been playing some very open, fast-paced soccer lately. So matching up against the Orlando team that can also play that style if the game goes that way is another game that interests me. The Red Bulls in Chicago, I mean, Chicago's been rolling. I mean, they've just been absolutely rolling of late. I think they've won 7 in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. So 6 games. They're in a 6-game winning streak. They've scored 2 goals in every single game. And then the Red Bulls on the other side have actually been struggling, even though they lost to Nashville last or midweek here. They were the better team. They just could not finish. I mean, Nashville keeper was standing on his head making some saves, but I mean, the Red Bulls put up a 2.27 XG in that game. They missed 3 big chances. They could have easily at least got a result from that game, maybe walked away with a point. Very unlucky not to get a result and end up losing that game. It feels like Nashville just keeps pulling out these late winners out of their ass, games that they're being outplayed in, and just somehow continue to pull it out. But the Red Bulls have been struggling. They've only won 1 game in their last 5, so definitely a little bit of a struggle bus right now. And I do have to say, I have such a gripe with Nashville right now. Why Espinoza isn't starting every single game is just beyond me. Like, I just don't understand it, why this guy's starting on the bench. Like, I understand he's coming back from injury, but like, it's time to get that guy out there starting and playing as much as possible. I mean, you had him play 45 minutes in the Leagues Cup game when he came back from injury, scored 2 goals. Then you gave him a break in the final game. Then he comes back when they play Inter Miami. He plays 72 minutes, gets an assist. He's all over the pitch, creating chances, complete game changer. Then you go to the Red Bulls game, and he doesn't even start. And it's like, what are we doing here? Like, I mean, you're getting him up to speed, and then he comes off the bench, and in 28 minutes, he assists on the winning goal. I mean, the guy is just like tearing up this team. He's just complete game changer and the difference maker for this Nashville side. And I'm also salty because I had him in our write-up to score assists on one of the plays I gave out. So he didn't even start. So, but if you played on a book that doesn't void non-starters, you still won. But it's just, that they got to figure that out. I mean, he's got to get up to speed here. They need him. And then obviously LAFC at home. That'll be a good game against Portland. Portland's playing some decent footy right now. And San Jose is just another team that, like, they really need to get on track here. I'm actually rocking the San Jose kit today. But they need to get on track. I don't know what happened to them. They completely derailed. Started the season looking like a team that could compete for the MLS Cup, and now they look like the team we saw last year that can't score, can't defend, and just look completely lost on the pitch there. So they got a tough home game against Minnesota, but they need like a get right moment. Like, they need a game where they figure it out, they get right, and they put together a complete 90 minutes of football.
Right. And they got they got Nico back as well for the he was dealing with an injury, so getting him back on the pitch gives that Quakes team some positivity. But I'm the same way. First few matches, I was all in on San Jose. This team's going to compete for the MLS Cup, and not the case anymore. So I think that Nico injury probably played a big deal in derailing them, but hopefully they can get back on track now.
That's actually whose kit I'm wearing. I have him.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Big fan of him, American. He was undoubtedly their best player for a while there until he got injured. So, I'd like to see him get back fit, get back in form, because they were really fun to watch, really fun to bet on the beginning of the season. Going toe to toe with the best in the league. They beat LAFC, and they were having some really good moments, looking like a team that, like we said, we're going to make a run. But yeah, just the World Cup happened, and then they've just fallen off a cliff.
Yeah, I mean, still top 4 in the West, which is encouraging, but they've got a
But
lot of
that's because
teams.
they started off so hot.
Oh,
I mean,
exactly, right.
that's how good of a start they got to the season, where they haven't
Exactly.
won a. I mean, let's look at the last time they actually won a game. I mean, their last win was in
It's been a
May.
while.
May.
Pre-World Cup. Uh-huh.
Yeah, May was their last win. Then before that, you have to go all the way back to April.
Yeah, they really were just hot for those like 8, 7,
Oh
8
my
games to
God!
start,
Start the
weren't they?
season, they were unreal. Like I said, they looked like a team that was like, okay, wow, like they got it figured out. Like I mean, they beat Philly on the road. They beat San Diego at home. They beat Vancouver on the road. They beat LAFC on the road. Like they were beating up on the top clubs in MLS. And then all of a sudden, just completely fell off a cliff. It was like after the Open Cup game where they beat Minnesota,
Yeah.
they have only won one game since that Open Cup game against Minnesota. They've only won one MLS game.
Ironically, they face Minnesota on Saturday at
So
home,
maybe
a
this is
team they've
that
already
get right
beaten. But
moment for them.
yeah, it should be, right? It should be. But I mean, we've talked about it on this channel that, Minnesota's a team that I just kind of want to stay
I
away
can
from
never
right
figure
now
out.
because I don't know what we're going to get from them. I would absolutely lean towards San Jose at home, but given that opponent they're facing, probably just going to be a stay away from myself. Some other MLS games that actually caught my eye. Where was it? Not the World Cup. Why is the Men's World Cup still like one of the main tabs on this website? Who I'm not going to name. That doesn't make any sense to me. It's been
We
over
gotta take
for
care of
several
that.
months now. Yeah, we got come on now. Let's improve that UI a little bit. Houston and St. Louis. Does that game interest you at all? Because I would lean heavily towards Houston. The fact that they're on the road maybe gives me a little bit of pause, but this team's on top of the Western Conference right now and has been absolutely rolling. St. Louis, pretty iffy, hit or miss, a little bit better at home. So maybe that's why I'm getting a little bit more pause here, but I would lean heavily with Dynamo, especially on like a double chance line at minus 140-ish. That seems very, very reasonable to me. Any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, Houston's playing really good right now. They look really, really good right now. St. Louis, I think we said this a couple of weeks ago. Losing Hartle is going to really affect them. He was their leader, their best player, controlled the field, pulled the strings for that team. So losing him, I thought was going to be a problem. They come out the next game with him and they win. So I'm like, okay, like they looked great. Again, it was against San Jose. So, full circle now looking at that, not that impressive. But I think that I was like, okay, maybe it's not going to affect them too much. But then they go and they play Sporting Kansas City on the road, who they should have beaten, who they should have dominated. I know Sporting Kansas City is, very low on everyone's totem pole here, rightfully so. They still are a decent side if they can figure things out. They played really good in that game, but St. Louis looked awful. I mean, they just looked awful. So, yeah, I mean, Houston is by far the better team in this one. They're well in form right now, and I think this St. Louis team is going to kind of take a regression for the negative here and take some steps back with the loss of Hartle.
Absolutely. I'm right there with you. I think I actually might have to add Houston double chance to my card there. I'm totally okay paying that minus 140 for them to get a point on the road against that struggling St. Louis side. So Houston probably going to be added to my card. You mentioned FC Cincy and Miami, very, very appealing, both at home. And then, I mean, the Fire and the Red Bulls, I would want to be on the side of the Fire in that game, just for all the reasons you said. The 6-game win streak. They did lose to this Red Bulls team at home earlier in the year, so maybe there's a little revenge factor as well going on. I mean, Chicago plus 125 on the money line. I mean, seems like a decent play, but
the Red Bulls,
I don't know.
Red Bulls are playing really good ball right now. They really are. The results aren't showing it, but they are playing if you go back and you watch the games or you look at the analytics and the stats and everything, like they're playing really good ball. They're just not getting the results. Like they're just they're pressing, creating chances, and then the other team goes down and scores a goal. And then they're pressing, creating chances, and then the other team goes down and scores a goal. So it's like, they got to be getting frustrated with themselves because they're playing great and they're putting up numbers, but they're just not getting points. They're not getting results. So it's tough to back them or be any side that has to do with the Red Bulls right now until they get like that finishing and that final third figured out. But yeah, I like the Chicago team. Like how they're playing. Obviously, adding Lewandowski and him, the more games he plays, the more time he has with his teammates, creating chemistry, things like that, is only going to get better for them.
100%. Well, Chicago on the money line might have to find its way to my card as well. BTP, anything else on Saturday's soccer slate that we didn't mention that we need to talk to the kids about? I know you're going to be on Betspresso tomorrow, so you can't save it if you need to, but anything else you're looking at?
No, I mean, real quick, if you want to talk about the Chelsea game on Monday, I mean, obviously I'm high on Chelsea this season, so I like their team total over 1.5 on the road against Fulham. Excited to see Chelsea, excited to see the squad. I'm hoping that Alonso really gets this team right. And, we've talked about it before. I mean, it's Premier League or bust for them right now. They have nothing else to focus on. So I can, I'm hoping that they're complete focus. They stay injury free and really make some noise here in the Prem. But I like them on the road to score 2 against a Fulham team that I think takes a step back this season as well.
Is that was that plus money for that team total on Chelsea?
No, it was like minus. I think it was like around like minus 140. I think I saw it at today.
Okay. With that price, I would maybe be more inclined just to take them on the money line, which I'm seeing for minus 107. I think 2 goals should get the job done.
Here's the thing with Chelsea. I mean, if you bet on them last year, you would know this. It's just heartbreak. They go up 2-0, they're winning the game, and then all of a sudden the train comes off the tracks. They give up late goals, and then before you know it, it's a 2-2 draw, and your money line's cooked unless you took like the 2 up early payout. And I just have nightmares of that. That's like all I can think of when I want to press like Chelsea money line is like, okay, yeah, like they're going to play great. They're going to go up, and then they're going to blow it, or they're just going to play down to their team. But again, like the first year with Alonso, I think he's a phenomenal manager. I wish he was still at Madrid. I wish, that train didn't depart the station. I think it left a little too early, but I wouldn't blame you for taking Chelsea money line. I think for me though, I'm scarred from last season.
Oh, I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. What's Chelsea to score first? I would assume that's pretty juicy. Let me see if I can find that for you, KP. Chelsea to score first. I mean, it shouldn't be that juicy.
Let's see. Score first.
Here for the return of Hull City. I don't have a play on the game, but do have a long shot on Forest to win the EPL. LT, thanks for donating, brother. Thanks for donating. No, all fun, LT. All fun. I appreciate you, sir. Thanks for being here. Chelsea to score first. Why can I not find
I'm looking
this?
for it. Why can't I find it?
I mean, that's typically the blue book typically has that, don't they? Huh.
Both teams to score result. Both teams score first. Number of team goals. Team first half goals.
Yeah, I am
scoring first half.
Struggling to find this market, KP.
I honestly never bet on this market, so I don't even know where it is.
Right. I'm the same way. I would assume it's got to be juicier than the money line. Probably around the same as the team total. Maybe in the minus 140-ish range.
Do they not have it on there?
I could not find it. KP, where are you finding this this market? Score in both halves, to score outside the box. Yeah, I am just struggling to find it at all.
All right, we're gonna go to a different book here. Let's see, because I didn't see it. I didn't see it on the blue book there.
And I'm looking at it on the Green Book right now, and I also can't find it.
Either to score first. Is this right here? What's this? No.
I was just curious. Yeah, KP, love the curiosity. Having a lot of trouble finding this wager, unfortunately. Score in either half. Score in both halves.
Check one more thing real quick because I think it might be.
Yeah, I would assume it's in the -140, -150 range, KP. If that's what Chelsea's team total is and their money line around -110, I would think you're probably paying a little extra juice. I mean, maybe even the -170 range.
God, now I have to find this. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna drive me nuts. Because there's got like I said, like I never look at this market, but like I know it's out there.
Oh yeah, somebody's offering this line for sure. Both teams to score is -161. That's probably again around where this number would be for Chelsea.
Wow, I don't see it anywhere. I don't see team to score first anywhere.
Here we go. Found 141.
The three top books.
Found 141 on Bet Online. He says for Chelsea to score first, -141. Yeah, that sounds about right. I wouldn't hate it, KP. If that's what the Stones are telling you, go for it. Maybe you get a quick cash early in the game, and you can just relax.
That number, I'd rather play their team total,
just in case. Yeah, just in case they give up one and then score two and get the win.
Because I feel like if they give up one,
they'll press.
If they score first, let's say they score early, I got to think that gets Fulham out of maybe whatever shell that they play in, opens the game up. And I'm really big on Pedro this season. I think he's going to have a great year playing with a chip on his shoulder after getting, snubbed from the World Cup.
Yeah.
That front attack, adding Morgan Rogers is going to be massive. I think Cole Palmer should have a bounce back year. 2 goal. I think for me personally, I would rather probably just pay that juice and get the team total at the same number.
Fair. Okay. All right. Well, there's a little Monday thoughts on Monday's Premier League action between Fulham and Chelsea. Before we wrap this show up, we got 3 EPL matches on Sunday: Brighton and Aston Villa, Man City and Bournemouth, and Newcastle and Liverpool. So go ahead and throw us up the Brighton Aston Villa graphics since I made you make that one. Anything in this game between Villa and the Seagulls? I mean, I got to lean with Villa here, but on the road maybe gives me a little pause. I don't know. I mean,
Villa's a freaking fire sale right now.
That is true, actually, because they just got rid of Watkins.
They're getting rid of everyone.
Yeah, maybe not.
Going to Saudi. They've got their attack is going to be Garnacho. I mean, that's literally going to be their attack. I mean, Villa's in trouble. I feel like they could be bottom half of the table. Maybe
no faith
even
in
like
Monzambi. He's going to lead the team.
He's hurt though.
That's true.
He's hurt. I mean, you know that we're both high on Monzambi.
Right.
But he's hurt. He's doubtful for the game. I mean, but again, like, is he going to be a guy that is going to carry the team? I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know. For me, I'm scared of Villa. I would lean Brighton here at home, but I don't have a play here for either side because I'm not really high on either side in this game. But Villa just seems like they're just selling everyone.
Fair. Well, you, I think, just talked me into the smart move of avoiding this game completely because I was very much leaning towards the Villa side, but for all the reasons you just said, I'm going to be off of it. But those next 2 games, Man City and Bournemouth, and then Newcastle and Liverpool, Sunday EPL, anything jumping out to you in either of those matches?
Yeah, I like Liverpool in that match. Obviously, it's never easy going into St. James and playing Newcastle. I think Newcastle might struggle a little bit this season, especially on the road. I like this Liverpool team. I think Isak has a great year. Had a down year last year with injuries and things like that, but I think he has a great year. I'm excited to see what Rio does for Liverpool, the youngster, and then Gakpo and Wirtz rounding out that attack should be fun to watch. And then I guess we see what we get from City. I mean,
Yeah,
like, was that first game a fluke? Is that kind of what we're going to see? Was Arsenal just that good where they just
right.
made City look horrible? I think the loss of Rodri is really going to affect the City team. Obviously,
Definitely.
him leading that midfield, and then also, new manager, no Pep.
Yep.
It feels like the City's just a little off. So I don't know what to expect from them. Excited to see Bournemouth's young Brazilian striker, Ryan,
hmm
absolutely baller. So I think he'll have some success in this game down the wing. Um, Bournemouth's always tough. They're always a tough play. So, but I need to see something from City in this game. Like I
Yeah.
need to see like, okay, like they got to right the ship and the critics here and be like, okay, like Arsenal was just that good, or
Yeah.
like that game was just a fluke. We weren't prepared, whatever. But I do think there's
hmm
going to be some struggles without Pep
hmm
and without Rodri in that midfield. I think
hmm
City's going to have some growing pains here.
Yeah, definitely growing pains. Great, great descriptor right there. Because yeah, I'm right there with you. I want to see it from City. I'm totally avoiding this game against Bournemouth, and then I'm also going to avoid Newcastle and Liverpool as well. Because Liverpool is a team that I didn't have a lot of faith in last year, and I'm not sure it's back yet.
Yeah.
Especially going on the road in Newcastle, I would be hesitant to back Liverpool in that match. So maybe just holding off all of Sunday's EPL for myself. But again, like we said, it is the first week, folks, first week of the EPL season and a lot of the other big European leagues. So be cautious and just have some fun along the way. A long, long season to go. Don't need to win or lose your bankroll in this opening weekend. So that about wraps it up, BTB. Anything else we need to discuss in the weekend soccer slate?
I don't think so. I think we hit everything, didn't we? I mean,
I think so.
we got Barcelona. We got La Liga. Barcelona plays
Mm-hmm.
on Sunday on the road. I mean, they're adding Gordon, Rafinha, Lamine Yamal, Rodri. They're going to be a
Mm-hmm.
tough team. So excited to see how they perform. A team that I was very high on last year that are now new to La Liga, Santander, Racing Santander,
Yeah. Okay.
newly promoted side. I bet a ton on them in La Liga 2
Let's
last couple of
go.
years. They are a team
Okay.
that is very aggressive. They
Mm-hmm.
play at a high pace. They will press any team. It doesn't matter. And their games are wide open. So keep an eye out for them this season, especially with me with giving out plays and things like that. There will be a lot of Racing Santander plays. So you guys are going to learn about that club this year.
I mean, yeah, got the draw against Villarreal in their opener. They were up 2-0,
Oh yeah.
unfortunately.
Oh no.
Gave
Yeah.
up.
Then they'll just completely forget how to play defense.
So maybe some
Great team to bet
Racing
on for
Santander
goals and
overs.
overs.
Yeah, a
My
lot of
kind of
overs
team.
this year.
Yes,
Let's
my
go.
kind of team. Yeah.
Love it, man. Well, be on the lookout then. Racing Santander all season long in La Liga. Whew, that's a lot of soccer talk, man. A lot of soccer talk. We got you guys covered for the entire weekend in pretty much every single league you can imagine. Even talked some Turkish soccer today. So you gotta love it. Let's wrap up the show here. We're gonna do some quick dubs and L's. We got 2 ACC teams I'm looking at real quick. And then we'll send you guys on the rest of your Friday. We got the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets and the Florida State Seminoles, starting with FSU. Ashton Daniels coming in to be the new quarterback for the Seminoles in Tallahassee. He's had stints at Stanford and Auburn. Lost his starting job at Auburn last year, now coming over to FSU. I think he's going to be good for this FSU team, but again, we'll see how the schedule goes for Florida State. Ashton Daniels, one of the guys that I will want to see it on the field since we didn't see much from him last year at Auburn. But FSU, I think you get 2 wins to start off the season, New Mexico State, and then even SMU, I think you can win that one, that game on Labor Day, but FSU probably going to get the win there. Get a bye week before facing Alabama. Unfortunately, Alabama's coming for you hard this year, so give me Bama to win that game. Central Arkansas, another win, 3-1. You get Virginia at home. I think you can win that. At Louisville, at Miami versus Clemson. Unfortunately, I think it's 3 losses in a row for this FSU team. getting them up to 4-4. 4-4 with the last 4 games of the year at Boston College. That should be a win. At Pittsburgh on a short week. I'll give that one to Pittsburgh, making you 5-5. And then NC State and Florida, you probably split those at home. FSU 6-6, I think, is probably it for you. Maybe you go 7-5, but I don't see you squeaking into 8-4, not playing for the top of the ACC. So FSU, we'll call them 7-5. We'll give them an extra win in there. But Georgia Tech, the other team on this list of dubs and L's, I think they're definitely going to take a step back after a 9-4 year last year led by Haynes King. You don't have Haynes King anymore. You don't have sorry, had to check that. You don't have Haynes King anymore. Their running back last year, his last name was Hayes. I can't remember what his first name was, but you bring in Justice Haynes from Michigan to be that running back there. Alberto Mendoza, yes, Fernando's little brother, is now the quarterback at Georgia Tech. We'll see how he does in a starting role, but Georgia Tech probably going to take a step back in the ACC this year. I think you beat Colorado and Mercer and at Stanford, but you probably drop that game to Tennessee. I think the Volunteers are just too good. But 3-1 start, bye week, then you begin the rest of ACC play. Don't have faith in Duke. I think you can win that. At Virginia Tech, I'll call that a loss just because of the James Franklin era at Blacksburg beginning. So gives us 4-2. You should beat Boston College. You lose at Pitt, 5-3 going into the last 4 games of the season, which are tough. Louisville, Clemson on the road, Georgia on the road, and Wake Forest. I could see that just being in a 1-3 stretch for the Yellow Jackets to end the season. So I think we just came up with 6-6 there for the Yellow Jackets. So FSU and Georgia Tech, I'm seeing you both right around 6-6, maybe 7-5 if you can squeak out an upset here or there. But you should both be bowl eligible, whether you make it or not, up to the committee. But 6-6 for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. We'll go 7-5 for the Florida State Seminoles. Another segment of Dubs and L's here on the Betting News Network. We've got one more week till college football is on our screen, so we'll be wrapping up the Dubs and L's next week on this show. I'll be back Monday. Same time, same place. Thanks for coming an hour earlier, folks. 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern, new time that we're rolling with here on the Morning Spread. You're going to catch Mr. BTP this weekend on the Betting News Network. He'll be live for Betspresso tomorrow, giving you guys the moves on the pitch. Be on the lookout for our articles as well at bettingnews.com. All that good stuff. Mr. BTP, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure, as always, man. As always, very excited to get back into the swing of soccer with you. We'll be doing this show weekly. We will also have a soccer recording show weekly. Unfortunately, did not get to it this week, but we will have 90 Minutes to Glory recorded and posted next week, getting you guys ready for the entire weekend slate of soccer. So be on the lookout for that on our YouTube as well. Jeff, enjoy your birthday, sir. Enjoy your birthday, Mr. BTP. It's been a pleasure, and we'll see you next week.
Sounds good, brother.
All right, Sook. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. As always, chat, have a good weekend. Have a good Friday, and we'll see you guys later. Adios, people. Peace.
What you know about rolling down in the deep? Down in the deep. Right here. Rolling. What you gonna do? Rolling. What you gonna do? Rolling. What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this shit. What you know about